Hey, I want to do a little video, like a newsletter, a vlog, just about what I've learned with entrepreneurship from doing my own business for the first try. And I still have Da Vinci's Workshop, and I'm doing a lot of work as Da Vinci's Workshop. I do all of my just custom commissions and stuff through Da Vinci's Workshop instead of Dan. Um, so I moved out of my downtown space. I was in that space for a year, and now I'm just in my home studio, which I just now recently got it set up. Took me forever. Um, kind of stalled there, but I wanted to, like, now things are starting to finally show up of what have I learned, what unpacking the things that I learned that I didn't even know I learned in the last year. And there's a lot, and some of it's great, and some of it's not so great. If you're entrepreneurial, you'll know that. And it's strange because the depth of it, both the highs and the lows of entrepreneurship, is pretty intense. Even good and bad is wild, and you get to make a lot of decisions. Anyway, which I'm realizing I'm struggle with sometimes when it's a tough decision. But the big thing that I wanted to talk about today is learning about myself, that it's really important for me to have like clear start and end, or like what is like package projects instead of like a never-ending overall vision. I love to have the big vision, but specific projects I need like clear, here's the goal, let's work together and do that, so we can go through a checklist and say, did we do all the things? I don't do well with like just like chaos, complete chaos. Even a little bit, it starts to overflow into other areas of my life. And even right now, a lot of my spaces is so out of control, and trying to get that roped back in, which I really enjoy clear, especially when working with other people. So with entrepreneurship, learning about working with other people, I really love those clear, we are gonna do art walk, here's the theme, here's the size that we're creating on, here's the deadline, when it's done here, and then on to the next project. I need that to stay on track. Otherwise, I go all over the place and just start asking the question of like, what are we doing? Why are we here? What are we doing? Why are we here? What's the big vision? Why are we working on? So it's like to keep myself grounded, it's really important to me to have a 1 year, an idea of like, what do you want to be working on for 1 year? Those projects will really keep you grounded. The one that's keeping me grounded right now is the Paint the City. So I launched that right at the beginning of the year, and so through trying to shut down, I'm still continuing that, and I'm making it into a book. So it's going to be a coffee table book, which that's really exciting. But it grounds me of like, this is important. Whether it's gonna like earn me a bunch of money, I doubt it. But it's an important step for me. It feels important for my career and who I am and what I'm wanting to do with art throughout my life. But it has like a clear start and end, so it's a 1 year project. The Paint the City, I'll continue to do building paintings, but I didn't want it to be a never-ending thing, so I knew I needed to put an end to it, or like a start and not necessarily an end, but a time to reassess and say, should I do more, or should I switch and do something else? So that's good. That's keeping me grounded. And then I love to work with my friends on partnering on events, like being involved, of just doing one part of an event where it's not like a full-time employee, just kind of bidding things as like per job. That feels really important to me to stay focused and know what I'm doing, and then not overcommitting. Because if I work like long term, like side by side, I start to feel like I'm not able to make decisions or something, like trying to bounce ideas off of whoever I'm working side by side on along with. It's like it's great until the vision gets a little blurry, and then me trying to find my way to figure out what that vision or goal, or a lot of times it can be a lot for myself and for whoever I'm working with, where it's like, just chill out, dude. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to have a grand vision for your whole life mapped out. And it's like, okay, so I get a little in depth about what's the vision, what's the why, what's the mission. I'm a little obsessed about that, and that I seem to do well if I'm like a contractor, if I'm hired as a contractor, or else I hire other people as contractors. I can do a much better job of communicating, like, here's this project. Do you want to work with me on this specific project? Here's what I have to offer, and you have these skills, and it would be great if we collaborated. If I can do that, those projects seem to go well, without getting too mentally wrapped up in everybody else's life missions and visions. So I don't know. I'm learning that to work with a specific partner. Like if I was to partner with someone, there would have to be a lot of communication, and we would have to be a special match. Somehow, I don't know, because I just know that if we just jump in and work with most of our friends, it's like we get along with a lot of people, but you get into the in-depth parts of the accounting or the vision of a business gets very personal, and you start to get to know that person at levels. You both get to know each other at levels that are pretty intense. And I'm not saying it can't ever work, but just if you're thinking about that, just know that be ready for the relationship to evolve, the friendship to evolve, because we are people, we're all human, and we are all challenging to work with, no matter what. Like we all got our quirks, and it's hard to collaborate for long term on things. Sometimes it's worth it depending on what you're trying to build. Sometimes it's not worth diving in and over bringing like too much commitment to something, where it's like, I don't know, I'm struggling with that, of trying to find my way. But anyway, that is kind of the nugget that I was thinking about today, that I've learned from entrepreneurship, is it's important to me to try to box things out so I can put them down on paper and see my schedule, know what I'm committed to, have it kind of try to figure out, like, how many hours are you committed? Are you over promising? Is it actually feasible to do what you, in your mind, you think you're capable of, or you have the energy, or there's only so many hours in the day that it's easy to overcommit, and you forget about even like things of like drive time to go meet someone. in the Heights and then go meet somebody else on the West End or run errands. Like you might have 2 or 3 hours of commute time. So trying to have clear projects is a big important thing that I still haven't got it figured out. I'm working on it. So the June was 1 year that I was in my space downtown, and so thinking about it's like, do I want to do this for another year, or should I do something different? Should I partner with someone? And it was like, probably shouldn't partner with someone right now at that point, because it was like everything will seem shiny, and then a couple months down the road start to know whoever you partner with really in depth and start to butt heads. It's like, let me like slow down, back up. And if I wanted to partner with someone, probably partner with someone by creating an idea from the start together, or pretty close to the start, or scale back and connect with someone until you start a project together and then grow and evolve with each other, rather than bringing someone in halfway in. It felt like not a good idea in my opinion, so I had to go with my gut feeling about, do I know myself? What do I want to do? And I chose to scale back and set up a great home studio. It's wonderful in here, and I am learning a lot, and finally feel like I got my footing again. Everything's not so jello-y, and got clear projects I'm working on. I'm excited about the Paint the City book that should be coming out probably like a month or something. I should have it all ready. I sent it to a friend to get it edited. So that's my update. So if you're an entrepreneur, hang in there. Good luck making choices. It's hard, dude. It's fun.